This is Wenwrendo. Welcome to Wen Plays Skyrim, modded to Oblivion. This is a bit of an introduction where I'll talk about the setup and create my character. I guess the first thing to say is that I'll be playing the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, not Test for Oblivion on a Skyrim engine or anything like that. Skyrim Modded to Hell was the original title, and it just didn't seem lore-friendly enough. This Let's Play will be using a lot of mods. There's somewhere approaching 400 mods or options or tweaks, and not all of those are ESPs. The maximum number of Elder Scrolls plugins you can run at once is 255, but I've been able to merge enough that I'm currently at around 240. So I have a little wiggle room if I want to change some mods out, install some new ones, and so forth. Many of these mods and compatibility fixes came from Skyrim Revisited Legendary Edition, a step-based guide being put together by Neil Valen, the author of Dual Sheath Redux and other mods on the Skyrim Nexus. You should check out the step community he's part of, the Skyrim Total Enhancement Project, which is all about making sure your Skyrim game is gorgeous, bug-free, and stable relative to the vanilla Skyrim. I'll put a link to both of those below. But I've added a lot of other mods myself, including Requiem, Sands of Time, which I'm very excited about, interesting NPCs, and many more. You can check out my complete mod list below, and I'd be interested in hearing your feedback in the comments section. Honestly, I'm using so many mods because there are so many great ones I want to play with and show you. Even if there are some technical issues along the way, this Skyrim loadout will be a lot of fun. With that, let's get started. I'll start a new game, and we're headed to a cell in Live Another Life, an alternate start mod. I'll work on my character a bit, and see you in a few minutes. Now that I've left the character creation menu, you can see that I have 43 MCM menus, 47. So there are lots of options for gameplay. For this Let's Play, I'm basically going to make it as realistic and immersive as possible. So Frostfall settings are going to be hardcore, realistic needs and diseases is on, my food will spoil if I don't eat it. I'm going to try to keep the heads-up display invisible much of the time. I'll be in Requiem, a D-leveled world. I mean, it's impossible to kill a Draugr in Requiem for at least the first 10 levels. I have Requiem Hard Times installed, which makes gold and food and so forth scarcer. Organized bandits in Skyrim. Bandits will be everywhere, and I'll have to eat, drink, keep warm, sleep. And then the mod Sands of Time, among other things, makes it possible for enemies to attack me while I sleep. So I'll have to find a sort of safe place to sleep rather than a dungeon. You get the picture. But I will have a lot of cool things to fight back with as well. What this is all leading up to is that I'm going to try my best to get immersed in the game Skyrim. I think it deserves that. Now, I'm not a great role player. I don't do it often. But I'm going to try a little bit more with this Let's Play than with my others. So I'm going to set up all of this, and then we'll get started. This is Mordus Winesot. He's a Nord from Falkreath, but his parents were killed in a bandit raid when he was young, and he was raised in Riften's orphanage. He eventually ran away. The orphanage is not a good place to grow up, and he became a bit of a brawler and trader, a doer of odd jobs in Cyrodiil and wherever his feet led. He's got some tattoos, but no meat on his bones to speak of. Honestly, he turned out a bit odd for a Nord. He never wants to go without anything, he knows this much. Certainly as a child, the importance of having good clothes was always impressed upon him. He doesn't want to lose anyone again like he lost his parents, though it's not clear what that means. He vaguely respects the Divines and doesn't have the slightest idea about magic. So, I think we're going to meet him as he's just returning to Skyrim after a few years of traveling. He doesn't know about the Civil War or anything, and maybe because he's odd, or maybe just because he's been attacked and left for dead.
The light of hope shines even for you. Don't give up.